the trivialising of it by the Shadow Leader of the House to stand. Mr Speaker, I'd ask it also, when you consider your judgment, that you look back through the Hansard for the time that the Honourable Taito Philip Field was in some difficulty, and the Prime Minister was being questioned at that time. And I think that may give you quite a strong lead as to how much a Prime Minister has been required to be accountable for the judgment of ministers, given that there are a number of ministers who were in full knowledge of some of Mr Field's activities at that time.
I will not hear any further on the matter. Can I assure the Honourable Member that the Leader of the House's last contribution will not alter my judgment at all? The Honourable Leader of the Opposition. Order! The Honourable Leader of the Opposition.
That's just wrong.
Mr Speaker.
Order. Order. I apologise, Honourable Member. The Honourable David Parker will get to his feet and apologise for that outburst, or he will leave the chamber.
I withdraw and apologise.
The Honourable Leader of the Opposition.
Mr Speaker, why has the Prime Minister continued to argue to the House today that Rodney Hyde has good judgment when Mr Hyde himself in recent days has admitted to lacking judgment to a serious degree?
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr Speaker, because in my experience carrying out his portfolio responsibilities, he has exercised good judgment.
Order. Can I now ask Grant Robertson to get to his feet and apologise to the Speaker for asking the Speaker to stand up for himself?
I withdraw and apologise.
Thank you. Now the Leader of the Opposition.
Speaker, when the Prime Minister promised that his administration would set high standards, does he believe that his Minister, Mr Hyde, has complied in every respect with the high standards he promised to set?
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr Speaker, yes.
The Honourable Leader of the Opposition.
Mr Speaker, has he as Prime Minister ever sacked a minister for a reason other than lack of good judgment? If so, when and for what reason?
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr Speaker, no.
The Honourable Leader of the Opposition.
Mr Speaker, did the Prime Minister force Richard Worth to resign as Prime Minister? If so, for what reason, if not for the good performance of his office?
Mr Speaker,
Right
Richard Worth has never been Prime Minister.
Point of order, Mr Speaker.
Point of order, the Honourable Leader of the Order.
Point of order, Mr Speaker.
Order. A point of order. Order. A point of order has been called. The Honourable Leader of the Opposition.
Speaker, you said this was a serious matter. I asked a serious question. Would you like me to reword it?
Well, I can't. Order. I can't assist members if they
Mr Speaker,
get supplementaries wrong. The
my
Honourable Leader of the
question
Opposition.
to the Prime Minister, did he force Richard Worth to resign as Minister for a reason other than good performance? If so, for what reason?
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr Speaker, because I lost confidence in him.
The Honourable Leader of the Opposition.
Mr Speaker, does he accept that he now is almost alone in this country in believing that Rodney Hyde has good judgment and has shown it in recent years?
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr Speaker, no.
Question number 4, Chris
Supplementary,
Tremaine.
Mr Speaker.
Oh, I beg your pardon, the Honourable Rodney Hyde, supplementary.
Thank you. Sorry?
Order. The member will just ask his question.
Mr Speaker, my question to the Prime Minister is this. Has he received my report to him that the difference between Mr Goff and myself is that Mr Goff wants me to go and I want, like the rest of the House, Mr Goff to stay?
Order. Point of order, the Honourable Darren Hughes.
Well, Mr Speaker, that member in particular has gone to some length today to try and prevent questions being asked by dancing on the head of a pin in that respect. But where that question was in order, it's hard for anyone to see how he's got responsibility for a member of the opposition, seeing that he didn't want any questions asked about him as a Minister of the Crown.
Pointing to the Speaker of Order.
Point of order, the Honourable Rodney Hyde.
My question was, had the Prime Minister received my report?
And that is the dilemma that I face, given the broad nature of the question asked and the supplementaries relating to confidence in people The Prime Minister asked whether he'd received that member's report, comparing with his behaviour with someone else's, and the Prime Minister, I believe, is entitled to answer about that report. The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, yes, I have received that report, and I can confirm, Mr. Speaker, that I have more confidence in Mr. Goff than Mr. Cunliffe does.
Supplementary question, Mr. Speaker.
The Honourable Leader of the Opposition. Order.
Is the only real reason that he hasn't sacked Mr. Hyde is because he relies on him to prop up his government.
That's right.
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, it might be lost on the Leader of the Opposition, but we have a wide variety of confidence and support arrangements, and so therefore, no, he's not correct.
Question number 4, Chris Tremaine.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My question is to the Minister